Just like I'm pulling the trigger on Puka Nacua. No matter what, play him. He's the best. Tom, give me good news about his knee swelling, I believe it is, right?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like much. McVay is not concerned. Minor knee injuries can lead to quite a bit of swelling. The knee is a joint that just loves to swell. But as long as it's not a major injury, you can usually get that swelling down and under control pretty quickly with ice, massage, rest, cycling, things like that. So we'll keep monitoring him throughout the week. But right now, I'm not concerned whatsoever about Puka himself. I stand a little bit differently than you. If Stafford doesn't play, I don't think I would start Puka. You do have to start Cooper Cup, but I don't
Whoa,
know that
whoa,
I'm going
whoa,
to start
whoa, whoa,
Puka.
whoa, whoa. Are you nuts?
No.
You would sit Puka Nacua. He's outscoring Cooper Cup in like the last many, many weeks.
If Ripon is playing, I would see who else I have. I would.
That doesn't make me feel good about myself. Puka, 15.3 points per game. Tom, he's wide receiver 4. You would sit the wide receiver 4 who has been putting on a clinic this year.
I understand. I understand. He's been incredible.
Why? But why? You just don't think
I
Ripon
don't
can.
know. I don't.
So by that, you're saying that you don't think that Puka Nacua is good. Stafford just likes
No,
him.
that's not what I said. I said I don't think Ripon is going to be able to provide for him and Cooper Cup. And I think if he's going to pick one, it's going to be Cooper Cup.
Wow. I got to put out a Twitter poll or something. It's tough, like sit or play, but it's got to be like a this or that. I got to give you alternatives to Puka Nacua. Well, those of you guys out there with him, I am playing him. Me and Tom will have to make a friendly or not so friendly at this point wager on it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I get what you're saying, but I just love him. I can't sit him. Wide receiver 4, been real good. I get the concern. I don't think that elite upside is there like he's had. I think after next week's bye, he'll be back and hopefully Stafford back fully. But I'm in on Nacua. Tom is a little bit concerned. Noted, Tom. Bring it on. All right. Next up is Drake London. Has a groin injury, currently wide receiver 34 on the year, averaging 9.4 half-point PPR points per game. But the good news, Taylor Heinicke has been named the starter. All hail Taylor Heinicke, finally. But what can you tell us first about Drake London and his groin?
That really is phenomenal news.
Oh,
As a Kyle Pitts owner, oh my goodness.
what a relief.
Hallelujah. So London with the groin injury did not practice today. Receivers average missing 1.5 games. And while the groin is a big, strong, powerful muscle, it's not as highly involved in athletic motions as some other lower body muscles. So we actually see absolutely no dip in fantasy production when receivers return from this injury. That's a pretty good sample size too. So the question then is at receiver 34, he's kind of a fringe start anyway, but I do not believe that you need to factor in this injury in your decision making for starting him, assuming that he plays this week, which we'll have to monitor throughout the week. He didn't practice today, so we'll see what he does on Thursday and Friday.
Fair enough. So simply, you're not factoring this in. You're not really worried about it. Like if you would have played Drake London, you probably play him. If you would have sat him, you basically sit him. Okay, very fair analysis. Taylor Heinicke, really good to see. Freaking dumb Arthur Smith is now even more on the hot seat. Now I'm finally, Tom, on Twitter seeing people saying he's on the hot seat. This man's had a toasty ass on the hot seat for months as far as I'm concerned, man. Like Heinicke should have probably been their quarterback from, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. Guy came on last week looking okay. I'm not saying to start Taylor Heinicke in fantasy. What'd you tell me, Tom, a couple weeks ago? You said slow your horses or something. So slow your horses, everybody. But listen, the guy came in, went 12 for 21, 175 yards and a touchdown, 100.3 QBR, which is pretty good. Again, I think he should have been their starter a long time ago. Hopefully this does unlock Kyle Pitts a little bit more, which I strongly think that it will. Because listen, Heinicke's a gunslinger. He's not an elite quarterback, but he throws it. We saw that on the Commanders. We saw that in other places he's been. He can throw the ball a little bit, right? So hopefully this does help Drake London. Bijan has just been super efficient, but we got Arthur Smith back there, not giving him chances. Bijan last week, 11 for 62, which is 5.6 yards per carry. And hey, they gave him the ball in the red zone, and he scored. What a freaking miracle. But of course, you got Arthur Smith still wanting to give Algier 8 carries for 31 yards, measly 3.9 yards per carry. And my biggest takeaway from last week is I don't know if you watched the game, Tom. The play wouldn't have been on red zone because actually maybe it was because they were in the red zone. The Falcons lined up Jonnu Smith in the backfield, took Bijan out. So you had Jonnu Smith in the backfield, and he rolled out and Jonnu Smith threw an incomplete pass to their third tight end, Michael Pruitt.
I did see that.
And Kyle Pitts, by the way, these all generational players, Pitts, London, Bijan, don't get them involved. No, Kyle Pitts was in there to block. Unbelievable. I root against the Falcons every way they can, in every way that I can. But here's the thing. They should win this week, which is unfortunate because they get lucky again. They're home against the Vikings with Jaron Hall at their quarterback. But if they don't win this week, I think Arthur Smith gets fired. And when he does, I will be live on YouTube, shotgunning beers and celebrating in the streets with fireworks. That will be my 4th of July. Tom, you'll have to join me if that does happen. All right.
Sounds like a fun party.
I've been waiting for it to happen all year long. All right.